What's going on, everybody? Ravens beat Chargers 30-23. We are now 8-4 in the year. Lamar Jackson 16 for 27, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had 1 rushing touchdown. Excuse me. Zay had 5 catches for 68 yards. Mark Andrews 5 for 44. He did have a touchdown. Bate was 2 for 48, 2 for 43, 1 touchdown. King Henry was 24 rushes, 140 yards. All around decent game from the offense. It seemed like we controlled the line of scrimmage. Lamar wasn't under duress a lot. It was a very, very offensive sound game. I do want Isaiah Likely to get more targets / catches. I mean, he had 0 targets and 0 catches tonight. I would love for him to get more involved in this offense because we become even more scarier as an offense. The Chargers, Justin Herbert, he pretty much was 21 for 36, no passing touchdowns. He did have a rushing touchdown. Dobbins was 6 for 40 rushing. The Chargers receivers, Ladd McConkey was 6 for 83. Josh Palmer was 3 for 38, and Quentin Johnston 0 catches, 0 yards. He was just doing cardio. Great team win, great road win against a greatly coached squad in the Chargers. I think they led the league in most and least points allowed since the season started. And we put up 30. I think they averaged 15, and we put up 30, so we doubled that. Great team win. Defense still has a lot of holes in it. I'm not going to lie, honestly. I mean, Ladd McConkey is pretty good. Josh Palmer is okay, but none of these receivers is nothing to write home about, to be honest. We should dominate. We should dominate those receivers as we should because they aren't that great. They're not top 10, top 5, or even top 20 receivers on that team, so we should dominate. The defense still scares me. We do give up a lot of plays. We're a very, very undisciplined defense. And this undisciplined team as a whole, we shouldn't. I think we lead the league in accepted penalties, like 90-something. It's insane. Like, we have to get more disciplined because when the playoffs hit, we're going to face more and more better teams. They're going to be well coached as well. But all around good game. In this offense, you can kind of say Zay is the number one, but we're not going to have that receiver every week go out and catch 10 passes for 200 yards. Like, that's just in our offense. We spread it around. Like I said, I do want Isaiah Likely to get more into the game. Lamar just has a lot of mouths to feed. You have Zay, Andrews, Charlie Kohler, Bateman, Deontay Johnson. So there's like so many mouths to feed. So, but I do think he will. If Isaiah Likely leaves us, which is probably a possibility in the next few years, he will be a star for another squad. He will for sure be a star. So yeah, we pretty much was on Justin Herbert. After that first drive. The first drive, they went down and they scored with ease. I was like, okay, it's going to be a long night. Dobbins did go out with a knee injury. Hope he gets well. Always good to see him out there doing his thing. But, Derrick Henry, 140 yards again. He just shows why you just hand him the ball and get out the way. They look like middle schoolers trying to tackle him tonight. So 140 yards. Mark Andrews is coming alive as well. He had 44 yards and 1 touchdown. It was a great catch he had in the back of the end zone. I don't know why they called that incomplete. I don't know what they were looking at. Zay had a couple catches. He got open a little bit. But like I said, the big test is going to come next week when we play Philly. This weekend when we play Philly. I will post a video on that. All around great win for us. The Chargers played well as well. Their defense played decent, but when we can pretty much do whatever we want. I think we had over, I believe we had over 300 yards rushing. When you have over 300 yard rushing, it's hard to beat a team like that. So shout out to the Chargers. They did lose 30-23 against us. The defense still scares me. They definitely have a lot of holes in it. that needs to be corrected. Hopefully that's corrected come playoff time, because we're going to play teams with number one receivers and great receivers, and we can't just depend on Lamar just to, do everything for us. We're going to have to make stops when it's counted and when it's needed. So, great game by the Ravens. We have a short week. We play the Eagles at 4 o'clock Sunday. Hopefully we get that dub. Thanks for listening.